Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the Ameli Subverter. This is not an elite weapon, it's only a professional one, but I believe that it is an excellent professional weapon and an excellent professional weapon in general. It should be an elite weapon. I think this is probably the best Ameli in the game. There's a couple other ones that we're going to talk about, but this one is very powerful. The gameplay that you're going to get to see is me going to town on people on retreat. I'm going to be using the thermal sight and quick draw grip. I just kind of like it that way, and I'll talk about why later, but let's talk about what makes the Subverter so good. So this is a damage weapon. It has plus several points in damage. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, but it radically changes the damage curve. So the normal damage on an Ameli will deal 35, 35, 33, meaning it'll be, about 3 to 4 shots to kill depending on the range, and it doesn't drop very much. The Subverter gets a huge buff on this one from 49, 35, and 35. So the previous maximum damage, again, the previous maximum on the regular Ameli is now your new minimum, which makes this a ridiculously huge damage buff. And if you want to look at that in total shots to kill, the normal shots to kill on the Ameli is 3 to 4, usually 3, sometimes 4. The Subverter is always 3 shots to kill. That's 3 shots to kill at any range, 3 shots to kill all the way across the map, and that means it's also always a one-shot kill in hardcore. Under no circumstances will you ever get hit markers with the Subverter in hardcore. But the interesting thing about that is you probably saw it had 49 damage, right? Does that remind you of something like maybe Ghosts in Depth, how people were getting 2-shot kill headshots? Well, the Ameli is the only fully automatic weapon in Advanced Warfare that I know of that can get 2-shot kills with headshots. This is the meltiest weapon in Advanced Warfare because you can just 2-shot people. Even if you just get 1 to the head and 1 to the body, it'll still 2-shot them. You can nuke them very extremely fast. You can make people feel like they just get insta-deathed or deleted with the Subverter. It can kill very quickly. This is your melt weapon. If you just like pure raw time to kill, this is the one that you're going to gravitate toward, because that 2-shot kill range is actually pretty significant too. It's very sizable, and you will notice it. One of the downsides, the major downside though, is you have minus 50% magazine size. It is a light machine gun. You inherently do throw a lot of bullets downstream. You have to reload, and it takes forever. So this is a pretty huge nerf. That's the same kind of way that Chikansuri got nerfed, because it has also this very high rate of fire and more range. This one has more damage, so they both get magazine size nerfs. So you're going to need to run something like extended mags on it to make up for it. It's very annoying to have to wait like 5 or 6 seconds to reload. One of the tips that I found that helped me is I shoot down until I have about 2 or 3 bullets, and then I double tap reload to do a speed reload, and I'm only throwing away a couple of rounds, so that tends to help a lot. Still very frustrating though. I think, in my personal rating about the Subverter, that this is the highest damage light machine gun in the game. This might very well be the highest damage weapon in the game in general. If we want to talk about DPS, damage over range, time to kill, all that sort of stuff, it's very difficult to quantify all the intricacies of every single weapon in the game, but this one should be very near to the top. This one's going to be very difficult to compete with damage-wise, and it's extremely powerful. Do not throw away this weapon. Always hang on to it. And as for how to use it, I think it's absolutely essential to have extended mags. The extra 25 rounds of ammo increases your reserve ammo, and it decreases the amount of time that you're going to spend reloading and how many people you can kill before you have to reload. So extended mags is very important to have on this weapon. I also prefer thermal and quick draw grip. The thermal is just, I use it long range because I can. I mean, it is a light machine gun, and at 3 shots at any range, that's probably the best way to use it. And I use quick draw grip to give me a little bit of added, speed, mobility, handling, whatever you want to call it. I like to snap to my targets. I don't really like the very slow aiming down sights, and I would really encourage you to try out this class if you have this weapon. If you have a normal Ameli, I'm telling you, thermal, quick draw, and extended mags on this one, and you are a dangerous person. You can just hip fire people when they get close to you usually. So again, very dangerous, and I would highly recommend that you keep this weapon. Don't throw it away, and definitely try it if you have it in your inventory. Well guys, that's all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. If you'd like to check out the previous episode, that was on the very unusual AK-12 finger trap, and the next episode is also going to be on the unusual TAC-19 uppercut. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.